Hi guys! So today's video is going to be just a little bit different. As you know, I am a really big fan of a bunch of the different other channels that are on YouTube, especially Draw with Jazza, and I recently just decided to start trying to enter some of the contests that he poses every month because, as you probably know, we could use some extra equipment down in our classroom, and Mom would like some extra supplies. So for this month, the theme is Pokemon Mashup, and I created this picture. So it kind of looks like a scrapbook, but it's actually it's all just painted on. And I thought I would show you a couple of the different steps to get a composition that's layered in this kind of way. So to start, on the Persian brush, get a lot of varying ideas. Ignore that, that's just numbers, crap. And, oh, what's that down? Oh yeah, and down there too. Just this middle section. There's a bunch of the different page layouts that I was thinking of, because as soon as I heard Mashup, I was like, you know what I've always wanted from Pokemon? Is when you have two different Pokemon that are able to mate, that they don't get a mashup baby, that the baby looks from one to the other. And that's what I really wanted to achieve. So to start, I was drawing out different Pokemon, and I did want them to still be mateable creatures, and they had to be of the original 151. So I had some ideas for things that didn't quite work in there, which I may still do at a later time, just because this was really fun, even though a tiny bit nerve-wracking. So my first sketch of these, and you'll see that I do most of my sketches on scrap paper. Like all of a sudden I'll get like an idea and I'll be like, oh my god, I need to do this. So this one is in the middle of a report, and I was like, that's fine. I don't need this anymore. So these are some of my first ones, and I decided to not go with Rattata sitting upwards like that. I wanted to go closer to his actual pose, but just in my own style. And then I wanted to stylize Persian a little bit more, and then I blended it back in to match closer to that one's style. So then I tried a little bit more, making it a little bit more realistic, and then I put them together so that they could care for their little egg together. It's cute, I know, that's alright. So like this one, I was in the middle of paying bills, and I had to stop, and ended up tearing apart one of the notebooks I was working on, because sometimes you have to. And it's great if you can take the time and sketch it down in a book. I actually need another sketchbook because I've filled mine kind of too much. Oops. And this was the idea I had with the mashup. You can see there's tons of scribble marks and just gray junk all around it because I did it over and over and over and over and over again. And then I just started putting things into the sizes that I wanted. Like I do everything by hand, so I don't use digital software yet. And I don't have a tracing table just yet, so I use my laptop as much as possible. So to do this, I take a picture of it with my phone and zoom it to my computer, size it up and down there, and I trace my line art from there, do my changes, and I go back and forth, back and forth. It's a little bit putsy, but I think it's worth it at the end. So all of these different size ups together, and then I start off with the page. I'll zoom in a picture of it. You start off by lining up where you want different pieces to go on your paper if you're combining things. So like I said, you know, I want something this size. So I cut out a piece of paper this size, do my little sketch. This is the basic image I want in here, and then I developed it from there. And this one I had to practice over and over again because I have terrible handwriting. Never understood, but I've never been able to draw basic shapes or have good handwriting. And so that one fills up this box space, but instead of making a box, I used this cute little curly lines. I can't remember what the Vusha Vush shape is, but it's a thing. And this is one especially I actually got help to resize via my computer because I could not decide exactly how big I wanted it to be. I knew that I wanted it to stay as a feature, and sometimes I find that it's easier for me to make a larger composition and then just trim it down and kind of cut edges off. And then the last piece is the little area of lettering. Some of it is a little bit choppy. You notice I do mind paper mostly, not only because it's cheaper and I pull it out of old notebooks, but it's a lot easier to get scaling right because everything is equidistant then. And then it's easier to just line up, and then once it's all right, you can trace it using a light box or a window or a tablet or a laptop, whatever you have that emits light and isn't going to make too much of a curved angle. Like if you have a thick phone case or tablet case on, it's not really going to work the best. So this isn't something I'm going to ask you guys to judge or anything like that. That's not the way it works. But I'd appreciate if you checked it out and gave the stars that you think it deserves. So if you think it's worth 2, give me 2. If you think it's worth 5, give me 5. And I look forward to seeing whatever you have next. Like if you want to do this too, you're more than welcome to. And I would love to see your guys' work too. Okay? I love you. Bye.